This is why you see people can stay in the street of America and talk anything they want to talk. They say freedom of speech. But in Liberia, we have a photocopy of freedom of speech. The thing you're talking about, be careful how you're talking it. You can get harm with it.
No. I believe Liberia get freedom of speech as well. Freedom of speech. Yeah, no. Let's see. It's part of the discussion. You myself for ages, you know very well. People have been on public radio, on social media, insulting government leader, insulting them deeply, and they walk free, they live free. The next day, why you say, "Oh, the president died, this, that." This thing have been happening for ages in Liberia. And freedom of speech, freedom of speech. And after that, people, bro, you myself know they get a lot of people can sit on the internet every day just insulting.
That is
Just
the internet. Talking on the internet is not freedom of speech. We're talking about
freedom of speech.
No. Talking on the bro.
This person is sitting. This person is sitting in his room, or in his living room, whatsoever he's sitting, and talking freely. That's not freedom of speech.
He's sitting in his room. Do you know where he is? No, he is in his room. You don't even know where his room is. That's not. Listen. Listen. You can talk anything on the internet because you by yourself. But when you are standing outside, you are standing in the square. Maybe you are standing to the Ministry of Justice or whatever, to the Capitol building or whatever, and you're talking loudly, proudly. Again, not everybody can do it. They get certain people that can do it and walk away with it. So CKA, you can call back. Why? These are people that have their own security forces with them everywhere they go.
I'm not talking about politicians. I'm talking about ordinary citizens. I'm not talking about politicians. Bro, you myself saw a protest was hosted in Liberia. I think last year. A guy on a journalist recording. He said he was selling drugs. And the government, the DA giving hard time. This how you call that?
And you think that is freedom of speech?
Yeah, because the men know that the men know. See, because he was indicting himself, but at the end of the day, the man walk free. He stay in public and say why.
Listen now, listen now. That's not freedom of speech. That is broad daylight stupidity. First of all, that is number one. The guy committed a crime. Listen, Eva.
Okay. Let's look at.
Wait. Let me address this. The guy committed
you want to talk, but you don't want to give me a chance to talk, bro.
You asked the question. I did not even talk. You asked the question. If that's not freedom of speech, what it is? I mean, what is it? Let me answer the question, right? The guy came out. He committed a crime. He been drug dealing, drug confiscating. That is a crime. And anybody that committed a crime and come and stand in front of a camera and a journalist and say that, yes, I committed a crime, that person is a stupid person. That is a stupid person. That's not, you don't call that freedom of speech. That is number one. Number two, you talk about the protest. It's a protest. This is a protest of thousands of people on the street. People will talk anything they feel like talking, right? That's not freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is that you must be able to talk something even when you're standing by yourself. You are not 1,000 group of people, but you're just one person with your mindset and your ideology. You are standing in front of a million people who have different ideology from you, but you can still have the security and the protection to say what you feel and think. That's why we call freedom of speech. But those people that you are talking about, they were all on the same page that day, except for the journalists that were there interviewing them. They were all seditions. They were all anti-government protesters. They were standing among their peers. They were comfortable to say what they have to say. This is what I'm talking. And most of the people that you address and say that they get freedom of speech, they go on radio. These are people that are protected by opposition parties, opposition groups, opposition leaders. They are sponsored and protected and literally sent on radio station to go and talk bad against the government. That's not freedom of speech. I want you to show me a guy, a man, who stand in front of, like the way CDC were looking that day, right? CDCs, when Mulba Mulu was leading them into into the street. I want you to show me one anti-opposition protester or, loyalist, anti-government, a government loyalist was standing in front of them and talking against them. One person. And you see nothing bad happen. You see something bad happening. When you say freedom of speech, it's not just about the government holding you accountable. It's about the mentality of the people. Everybody understanding. I understand that you have the right to your opinion, and you also understanding that I have my right to my opinion. That is freedom of speech. Liberians don't think that way. Most Liberians don't think that way. You think most Liberians think that your opinion is your opinion, my opinion is my opinion. Let's have our differences and we can stay talk about it. Everybody can walk away free. No, they get Liberians that if you stay in front of them, you tell them your opinion, you're fighting. You're fighting. So where's the freedom of speech?
Bro, common example. Let's look at the University of Liberia student party, the soup. These guys can invite journalists. Sometimes 2-3 person can invite journalists and speak. Sometimes threaten on the internet, bro. Let's look at this guy for freedom of speech. They sometimes they ask for the head of police for his living body or dead body. They stay in front of journalists. They call out the president. They speak, freely. Nobody can poke off on him this that. And you telling me say, oh, no, this one you don't call it freedom of speech.
Who are you talking about?
I'm talking about soup at the University of Liberia campus.
Bro, come on, man. We all know what soup is, bro. We all know what soup is. If you go hold a student, this is a student group, like one of the biggest student, group in Liberia, literally, right? And one of them come outside and they always saying foul stuff. Almost every time they talk is foul stuff, right? And
at the end of the day, they're going free.
And then you go arrest him, and then you go arrest him. And what are you going to do him? You're not understanding what I'm saying. Those soup can say what they want to say. They can say all kind of barbaric thing. That's because there is a freedom of speech. People can say anything they want to say and walk. No. Oh, I will tell you this. This is, if you see that soup come outside, like one of the time I remember, when their speaker came outside and said that what did he say? He said if they now release one of their spokesperson got arrested by the government, and they were saying that if they now release the person by so and so time, there will be a catastrophic pandemonium, right? And I'm quoting his words, verbatim. He said that there will be catastrophic pandemonium. That is a warrant, an arrest. Anybody that threatens the peace and tranquility of the masses of the country, you're supposed to be arrested. That's not freedom of speech. Like I told you already, these people, everybody say things that are criminal. They don't even know that they are criminalizing themselves, right? But if you see that the government is not going further to go arrest them, because they're preventing enough, more chaos or more problems, because these are people that they have been sent by opposition to disrupt the governance, to disrupt the peace. Now, I
don't believe they are sent by any opposition. I don't believe that.
I believe 100% that every time there is a new government in power, the opposition is always in favor of soup. If the time George Weah government was in power, soup was one of the most critical group against the George Weah government, and now they are one of the most critical group against the Baka government. And most of the thing they are criticizing the government office, they're supposed to be criticizing it of education sector and other things, and I agree with that. But they get into politics and start talking about things and they're not getting nothing to concern them. And this is why I believe that, yes, they are being used by, all, political parties, like opposition political parties, against always the government, the ruling party. This is my belief.
Okay.
But
let's look at the statement that the traditional leaders came out with. How you classify that to be?
You missing my point, in the Fuad.
You're the one missing my point. My point.
The moment I say you're missing my point, I want to explain to you that why you're missing my point. You say I'm missing your point. Let me tell you why you're missing my point.
Okay, tell me why I'm missing your point.
You're missing my point from you. Everybody that you name me, they are either a representative of a group or a group. A group of people can come outside and they start protesting and they say foul stuff. That's not freedom of speech. Again, I told you, we're talking about one person. And one person in America can stand in front of a group of people that 100% disagree with his belief and feel comfortable enough to express his belief and his ideology. You know why? Because there are securities there protecting him and protecting his belief and his stance. That's what we call freedom of speech. Even if you are one person in your belief and in your ideology, you have protection. You have the comfortability to stay anywhere and talk it. Nobody have that comfortability in Liberia to stay anywhere and just express your belief if you are alone. All these people you are calling, they are group of people. They are representative of a group or an association or a political party. This is why they have the comfort of their members, of their friends standing with them so they can talk all the rubbish that they want to talk. But if they are alone, they will not have that zeal. They will not have that comfort. They will not have that protection. Who will protect them? Angry crowd will start mobbing them. This is why I say that freedom of speech is saying that in Liberia. Freedom of speech will be in Liberia when one man can feel comfortable enough to stand in front of a group of people and still express his belief and his ideas, even though he knows that or she knows that the group of people that he's talking to, they disagree with him 100%. This is what we call real freedom of speech. This is what I'm trying to say. Do you agree with me now, or you still call it?
Bro, that's your point. That's your point.
So you still don't agree with me?
No, I don't agree with you, bro. I don't agree with you. Not because you had a time, you explain, but yeah. But anyway,
explain now why you don't agree with me. Explain. Go ahead. Let close
bro,
this out.
I believe. Close out on this. I believe that there's a freedom of speech in Liberia. People can say anything they want to say, and they can sleep in the morning. They wake up, they go out, they do everything they want to do alone. Bro, freedom of speech. Even if you are with a group and make a certain statement, at the end of the day, they will haunt you as an individual when you go to your house. Now, when you not be with a group, when you go into a house, you not be with a group, or you coming from or in the morning, or when you in your bed, you're not with a group, you alone. They will go for you there. We have seen it. You myself have seen it. You have traveled so many parts of the world. You have traveled.
No, you have seen it in Liberia. You have seen it in Liberia. People that got ran out of Liberia because of the thing they said.
If you, yeah, that's what I'm telling you. I said there are freedom of speech because if
there is not. The person run away because they were fearing their life. They run away to go to America because they were trying to
this time is different. This time is different. I'm not talking about political commentator. I'm talking about ordinary citizen. That's what this. I'm not talking about political commentator.
I'm talking about ordinary citizen. This person was an ordinary citizen. He was not a political commentator. There was a girl named I don't know what he. There was a saying that she was a fighter back in the days or whatsoever, and she was trying to expose George Weah to George Weah administration. She was trying to expose George Weah for participating in the war, and people started threatening her. She, there was an alleged that they even stronger, they almost killed her. So she had to run away to go to the US. I think some people that support her or whatever, she ran away. I forgot her name. I think her name was Swana Taylor. No, not Taylor. Her name Taylor? Her last name or something? I don't know. I think her first name was Jessica or Jessie, something like that. I forgot her name, literally. But what I'm trying to say that, these are people that are still one person with one idea that only they that want to know that story. That to say that, they have proof. She was saying that she had proof that George Weah, participated in the war, in the civil war, and she will expose everything. And the next thing that happened, they almost strangled her to death. You know what I'm saying? And she had to leave the country. This is what I'm saying. One person standing with your idea, your belief, and you not get no political backing. You not get no, group backing that only your one in your, ideology. Forget it, your life is in danger.